speak out talker, because that's so bloody noisy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I've got my mask on because of my yellow teeth. I don't have yellow teeth normally, just to clarify. It's the elastic band and the braces. Because I had a curry and I forgot.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even thought of it.
Well, they did warn me, to be fair. They said, if you have a curry or tomato-based food, they're going to stain.
And you just thought...
What, 6 weeks, I think?
Yeah.
I remembered it, but no. Right, no. Anyway, this is not about me and my
It's
braces.
not about you. We'd just like to know about that.
So we are showing you our BBL treatment, laser treatment for acne. Can you actually hear me at all with this?
Yeah, I mean, you're muffled, but you're fine.
Muffled.
Muffled.
BBL. Oh my lord. Forever Clear is its fancy name, but we're just calling it laser treatment for acne for the rest of us. So here is my lovely willing victim.
Here she is.
Today. Hello. I'm going to put some goggles on you, which I need you to hold please, my dear. And we're just going to, it's quite a quick process. That's it. And we're just going to show you what's involved.
Amazing.
So I will stop a bit because I also need to explain. Okay,
And this has a few steps, doesn't it, which I quite like.
Hello, I have an important question for you.
Oh.
Would you like to squeeze my balls?
Let me squeeze them.
Squeeze away.
Ali thinks that's just her line, but I also steal it.
Yeah.
So, actually, I should probably explain before I full-blown minion up.
She's got the minion goggles on.
Oh God, there we go, falling at the first hurdle. So, with acne as a condition, there's obviously lots of different treatment options for it. And I say treatment, but just to clarify, we are not curing acne. Everything that we're doing in clinic is to manage it and to get you to a point that you're happy with your skin, and then we try to just maintain that. Okay, so it's important to know acne, rosacea, various melasma, skin conditions, they're not curable, but we can manage them generally for you. So this is one option. This is using laser, which we really like because it gets fab results for people. So we have it's a 3-part treatment, just so you know, so 3 different wavelengths. Remember, these are our little filters that we can easily adapt what we're doing as we go along. So we're going to show you what's involved. Now the first step uses blue light. Now that's key for the treatment of acne because blue light kills P. acne bacteria. So that's the bacteria that we all have in a certain level on our skin, but when you are acne prone you tend to have more of it, and it's very opportunistic, so it likes to get right in the pores and basically create a whole host of problems, infections and inflammation, etc, etc. So the more of the little bugger that we can kill, the better, and the healthier your skin's going to be.
Kill them all.
So this first part is going to be treating closed skin with blue light to kill off that bacteria. So we'll do that, and then I'll tell you the rest as we go.
It's quite pretty, this treatment, I think.
Oh yeah, maybe if you have epilepsy, don't
Oh
watch
yeah.
Warning.
If flashing is your trigger, don't watch, please.
Don't sue me. Right, so we always use gel, just some lovely cold ultrasound gel when we're doing this treatment to protect the skin, help the laser handpiece glide, and really just to torture people that bit more because it's freezing cold, isn't it, Flo?
It's quite nice.
Is it? Right. So this is the flasher. So, not very speedy. Now, are you ready?
Yep.
So this is step 1, the blue light.
This is meant to be pretty comfortable, but not everybody finds it that way, do they, Flo?
Flo may say otherwise.
Also,
it's manageable.
Parental advisory, there may be the old F-bomb that might be around.
Yes.
Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You alright so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is it showing up?
Yeah,
alright?
it's so nice.
So we go over the skin a few times, and this is getting right down and killing off the bacteria that's deep within the pores of the skin. And you may see with light devices, a lot of people have heard about blue light and how good it is for killing off bacteria. And our Dermalux does also use blue light for the same thing. But that's not quite as this is a more, I don't want to use the word aggressive.
Yeah, I was going to say extreme version.
But we'll go, Flo wants us to use aggressive, we'll go with aggressive. it's getting right into the pore on a more
Yeah, it's getting
efficient level than
getting deeper, isn't it, than
the
the
Dermalux
Dermalux.
would.
Dermalux is a nice pain-free treatment.
Oh yeah, you would actually be comfortable with that.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
We didn't tell you could add that instead.
No,
but-
you didn't actually.
No, I never gave that as an option. Sorry. So yeah, this element involves 2 or 3 passes over the skin, and obviously we're only treating the areas that are problematic. So if your acne, as with a lot of people, is just along your jawline, then that's the only bit we treat. We wouldn't just go to town with the whole face for the hell of it, even though my clients do think I'm a sadist.
Yeah,
And
yes they
Flo
do.
says I have an evil laugh. It's not true. Well, the last bit might be.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's the first pass
That's pass
done.
one.
Are you alive? Still with
I'm
me?
fine.
She's eating a bit of the gel too. That's a Brucey bonus that we throw in
Yeah.
free of charge. So the second element, we then move on, and I will swap to a different filter, to yellow light, which ironically treats reds
Yeah.
in the skin.
Yeah.
So this first bit's to kill off the bacteria, but then we also want to try and deal with the inflammation and the redness that is already there. So that's what this next pass is going to do. So it's going to help to target PIH, which is a fancy term, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. To you and I, the red marks that are left
That
behind
are
when
left,
you
yeah.
have a spot, okay?
Yeah.
But often with acne it can be a bit of a bugger, because even if you get on top of the breakouts, your skin still quite often doesn't look clear because of the marks that have been left behind from previous trauma to the skin with the
Yeah.
spots. So this is great for that as well. This is a little bit more comfortable, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blue one seems to be.
What
Yeah,
were you gonna say?
you can't see behind the screen. I'm grabbing her ankle.
Nathan's got gun.
Yeah.
You didn't bring that in again.
I did.
So, let me just put my specs back on. It all, to be fair, the treatment looks much the same to you lot.
But prettier.
But there are subtle differences, like the different wavelengths that we're using, which will target different things in the skin. So it's not just the same thing 3 times, I promise. Right, so I'm going to pop you over this side.
You should see a different colour on this one now. So
The other, main causation factor, I'm making up words.
causation.
Causation thing. Oh, this is super slow. Hold on, let's ramp this up a bit. Not the setting, just the speed. So yeah, one of the other big things, so acne is caused by 3 main issues.
Oh,
Oh, she's coming. You haven't got goggles. Right, you're interrupted.
She's here.
No eyewear.
she's arrived.
My public
No,
awakening.
I'm
The Queen
sorry.
has arrived.
You should see it. Honestly.
Yeah.
You can't because you've got the performance.
Oh, I see it.
See it.
Just thought I'd come and say hello, see where all the actions are.
Hiya.
I'll go again
Do you want
now.
goggles?
No, I'm going to go and get
Are you
a cup
sure?
of tea.
Honestly, safety zone. Safety zone.
Bye.
Francis in. God. Where were we?
Well, yeah,
Never mind, getting it over for poor Flo.
I know.
So yes, as I was saying, with my made-up words, one of the main causes of acne, well, first of all, you've got too much of the bacteria that I've mentioned, and then we also find that people have got an overproduction of sebum, and I said sebum.
Sebum.
Because
Yeah.
I knew someone will snigger, which again is just oil, essentially. So what this treatment also will do is try and regulate your oil production so that it behaves a little bit more normally.
Yeah.
Okay? Last pass. And for the sniggering, I'm going to put it up higher. Only joking!
She's not.
You're not. Right, other side.
While you're doing this side, do you want a question?
Yeah, fire away.
So, how many sessions would you recommend?
Well, it's very tricky to say that because with acne, it varies so much from person to person. So it depends on the severity of your acne and really what's causing it. Because if it is an underlying hormonal imbalance, which often it is, you're going to need more. If you've got that cystic acne, it's going to require more than if you've just got general congestion and non-inflammatory acne like black and white heads. So I would say you're looking at around 8, but some people might only have 3 to 4, and it'll make a huge difference. Now, if you have cystic, sorry Flo, I should have forewarned you, cystic acne, surprise! We're going to be spacing these treatments to begin with a week apart, and as we go through the process we might then make it 2 weeks or slightly longer depending on what your skin does. But we really need to sort of hit it hard in the beginning to try and get on top of it.
Yeah, you do it in quite quick succession
We
at the
do,
beginning.
which is funny because with laser normally it's a good 3 or 4 weeks minimum, but not with this type.
I noticed a difference straight away though.
Did you?
After my first treatment.
What sort of difference were you noticing and seeing in the skin?
My actual skin felt nicer.
Yeah,
It wasn't oily. It felt smooth.
You shouldn't be saying this because how many times has Jay said don't touch your skin?
Oh, I know. I know.
So obviously with acne,
Depends on your client and who picks and squeezes when you shouldn't. There you go, Jade. I've got that for you.
She done it for you.
I'm a picker.
I wasn't going to dob you in, but
Now you've said it.
I can only do so much, you see, with my trusty laser. I knew this one was going to give us attitude.
I know.
But no, in all seriousness, obviously, if you are picking your skin at home, or if you're not, following the aftercare advice, you're not using the right sort of skincare, it's a much bigger picture than just having a laser treatment.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to work in conjunction with your GP, because sometimes you need something systemically, so some antibiotics. Some people might have tried that and it's still not got them anywhere. So this is often an adjunct to a bigger treatment plan, as opposed to just a miraculous solve it all in one go treatment option, which would be lovely.
It would be lovely,
but we have to be realistic.
Yeah.
We try to look at what's going on the inside too, and we always recommend some form of gut support because skin health starts in the gut. So Flo, you've got that box ticked, haven't you?
Yeah.
So there's many things to look at when we're trying to tackle acne, and it can be a really tricky thing to try and treat. So anyway, part 3. Just to come back to this. So the third element is another different wavelength, which will mean nothing to you, but it uses infrared energy, or light if you like, to essentially try and stimulate new collagen in the skin. So we're trying to heal the damage already of what's there, but we're also trying to make the skin just generally healthier, because healthy skin obviously functions better.
Yes.
Healthy skin is far less likely to have issues with inflammation or breakouts. So that's what this last part is for. And this is the bit that you like the most, isn't it, Flo?
Yeah.
So it feels kind of just like a hot stone massage, but much quicker.
Yeah.
And there's no whale music. That's a yawning whale. That's like off Finding Nemo.
It was.
Do you see the whale? This has gone horribly wrong. You can't edit it live, can you?
No.
Crap.
Definitely not.
No.
Why have I not swearing?
Yeah, the air can normally be blue when so you do a very good job making this PG.
I know, well done.
So if I wasn't starting and talking and faffing generally, this treatment could be done in about 5-10 minutes tops. So it's super speedy. But to recap, you're looking at potentially up to 8 sessions, spaced 1 to 2 weeks apart. But then obviously you're going to need some form of maintenance as well, because your skin doesn't just we get it into a certain position, but it won't just stay there on its own. Ready, Flo?
Yeah.
Step number 3. See, look at the colour change. I love it.
It's definitely reduced my scarring though. I think my
Good.
scarring's been the best, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I mean, the trouble is, obviously, when you have a breakout, all you can focus on is that, but you kind of need to look at the skin health around it as well to notice what this is actually doing. Can you see all right, Nathan?
Yeah, perfect.
Very bright.
It is very bright. Now
That feels quite comfortable. Yeah.
You can see why we said about if flashing is your trigger, don't watch.
Yeah. You take no responsibility for
No.
any lesions induced after watching the slide. And then pop your head over the other side. So we just go over the skin a little bit with that, just to again promote healing, get new collagen and elastin. So if you actually happen to be someone that's later in life that's got adult onset acne, which is really, really common, especially with some of the delightful things like the menopause that all of us women experience, this is actually quite nice because it's anti-aging as well.
I know, 2 in 1.
It is. Is that feeling okay?
Yeah, I like this.
She's having a snooze now,
Yeah.
gang. So what have I not gone over, Nathan?
What have you not gone over? You've done the sessions. We've done the does it hurt? Who can have the treatment?
Wow, anyone with acne, really.
Yeah.
I mean, so that is relevant though, because actually you can't have this if you are on Roaccutane. That is us done. Let me just do a bit on your chin. So Roaccutane is it's fairly routinely used now drug for acne
Seems to be,
treatment.
doesn't it?
It is not a very nice drug, but it can make a massive difference to some people. Equally, it can make not a lot of difference to others.
Yeah.
So it's something that you would only be put on through a dermatologist, not even your GP generally. And it dries out everything basically. So obviously it's drying out, stopping your oil production. So everything on your skin goes quite dry, but also things like your eyes, inside your nose and your mouth.
Yeah, like is it the mucous membrane?
Mucosal membrane.
That's
You've
the
got
one.
it. Do you want a job?
Yeah.
I'm just going
Sign
to
me
you
up.
up and clean you up. So it's a last resort generally for acne treatment, but it makes your skin light sensitive, so you can't have, in fact it makes your skin sensitive full stop.
Yeah.
So you can't have any of these sorts of treatments while you're on that drug and for at least 6 months afterwards as well. So in terms of who can have this, not those people, you also can't have pretty much anything we offer while you're pregnant or breastfeeding. So they're the usual sorts of contraindications. But other than that, annoyingly, we can't treat anyone under the age of 18 either. But acne is absolutely not a teenage condition anymore. There are so many people that struggle with it of all ages. I do personally think it is massively to do with the amount of things we ingest now, all of the additives and the E numbers, and everything's processed, isn't it? So, because if you look at our grandparents' generation, not half as many people struggle with the same sort of inflammatory skin conditions that we tend to now. So lifestyle has got to be
Plays a part somewhere, doesn't it?
absolutely. I've gone off on a tangent. What was the point?
Who can have it?
Yeah, but where did I get to?
Under 18s.
Oh, thanks.
Oh yeah, well done.
Yeah, so no under 18s end of. No, annoyingly, we can't treat under 18s with laser. It doesn't mean that there aren't skin options. Skin care, that's a massive part of it too. And supplements, so there are options. And there are also, dermatologists that will be able to treat young people.
Yeah, and we can refer.
We can. So we do have a lot of people still that struggle with their skin that are not teenagers though. So it's a very relevant treatment for many. So that's kind of it really. So you can see Flo's skin now doesn't look any more sort of angry or inflamed than when we started. How's it feeling, Flo?
Feels fine.
Yeah? Good. So that is quite relevant actually. The downtime is minimal, if any. You could really go back to work after this.
This is lunch break, so
Yeah. She is going back to work after this. But it's not, there are
She
a
had
lot
a
of
doctor's
treatments.
appointment.
I am now Dr. Graham.
Yes.
I've got quite a nice ring actually.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, there you go.
So there's no downtime with this. There's a lot of treatments that sort of say, lunchtime facelift, and there's no downtime, but there is.
Yeah.
And with the other things we do with the laser, you can have some swelling and there is some downtime, but not with this. It's really easy to fit into life, which is just as well because you need to have it every 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, I
so,
know.
If you
It's
have
a good
downtime
job.
after that every time, you wouldn't be very happy.
No.
So I think that's kind of the bulk of the info shared.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sure
so.
I've probably forgotten something I usually do. So if you watch this back and you've got any questions, please just put them in the comments
Give us a shout.
and we will get back to you.
Amazing.
Alright, so I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, I hope you
If you know
enjoyed.
anybody that might benefit from this and not in an insulting kind of way, if you could do with that.
No.
But if you've got a loved one that's struggling with their skin, for example, please feel free to share this to them.
Yeah, there
A
is
lot of
an
people-
option for them.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what's
No.
available. So, right, there you go.
Amazing.
Lovely
Right.
Bye. Thank you so much for
Wave
being
flag.
lovely, non-sweary.
I know, well
No,
done.
I can't be perfect.
Yeah.
This is not the version I've had.
I love it. Right, I'll end it there then. Bye.
Bye.